MegaPodTastic.
Good morning, Megapodlings. Crazy Joe here. And hey, last week was DC Fandom. And if you're still amped up about DC Comics, got just the thing for you. This week, released on DVD, Blu-ray, everywhere. We got 2 new DC titles. Both of them were sent to me by our good friends at Warner Brothers for review. And let's check them out. These are perfect for people who are still amped up from fandom. But the first thing we got, and this was available this week. It's available on, I got the 4K here, also available on regular Blu-ray, DVD. But it's Injustice, the animated movie Injustice, based on the video game. And also based on there was a comic book that tied into the video game. Now, I'm very familiar with the video game. I never read the comic. So all of my knowledge of Injustice comes from the video game. But it's basically an alternate Earth where the Joker is responsible for killing Lois Lane and Superman's unborn child. And that event, Joker killing Lois and Superman's unborn child, is enough to drive Superman mad. Superman becomes quite harsh on criminals, to say the least. He becomes quite harsh on criminals, and it creates a divide amongst the superheroes. There are those like Wonder Woman who are loyal to Superman and believe he's doing the right thing, whereas Batman ends up leading the resistance against Superman. It's an interesting story, and if you played the video game, you're probably a little familiar with it. But now you can watch this animated movie. It's not for kids, I'll tell you that. It does carry an R rating, and it's fairly gory for an animated film. They don't hold back on the violence and the gore, but it's what happens when Superman goes bad. I thought it was pretty good. The one thing I will say is the pacing was a little bit off. It seemed like they maybe could have slowed the pace down just a little bit to let the story breathe. I mean, it's a very short movie. It's only, I think, an hour and 18 minutes. Maybe they should have gone for a full 90 minutes, hour 45. I don't know. Let the story breathe a little. But overall, it's very, very good. And if you got the 4K, the picture is beautiful. The animation's solid. The DC animated features, they've done better animation than this, but it's solid. It gets the job done. And I like it. I recommend this movie. If you know, they tell the story quite well. So if you haven't read the comics or if you are unfamiliar with the game, I still think you will enjoy it. Of course, this 4K here comes with a digital code. You can watch the digital version, but it also comes with a Blu-ray and a 4K. The Blu-ray version, the regular Blu-ray, has some special features. Now, Warner Brothers, with their 4K releases, it's usually the case that they put all the special features on the Blu-ray disc, and that the 4K disc only will have the movie. And that's certainly the case here. So for the special features, we've got Adventures in Storytelling. It's a roundtable discussion with the writers and producers talking about how they crafted this movie, their familiarity with the comics, the video game, and their feelings towards like Superman going bad, those kind of things. So it's a good roundtable. I watched the whole thing, and it's interesting. They add some depth to the story, I think. It was good watching. But on top of that, you've got a couple from the vaults. And what these from the vaults are, DC does these, or Warner does these with a lot of the DC animated films. They will find episodes of some of the animated series like Superman, Batman, Justice League, the animated series, all those great animated series from the Bruce Timm era. They will often find a couple episodes that kind of thematically tie in with the story they're telling. And for this one, we've got 2 episodes of Justice League. It's a 2-parter. It's part 1 and part 2 of a 2-part Justice League episode from the Justice League animated series you get here as your bonus feature. And again, that's on the Blu-ray, not the 4K disc. You got to switch to the Blu-ray to watch those special features. You also get previews for a couple other DC animated releases that are already available. Death of Superman and The Reign of the Superman. So, and those are available now, but they have sneak previews for those. So there you go. Injustice. I would definitely recommend this one. I think it's good. It's solid. It's on sale now. You can buy this wherever you get your DVDs and Blu-rays. And that's not all. That is not all. Our good friends at Warner Brothers sent me another title to take a look at. And this one is on Blu-ray. Now, that was a 4K. This is on Blu-ray. Also available now, Superman and Lois, the complete first season. Yes, I think there's 15 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. All 15 episodes of the first season of Superman and Lois. Am I right on that? Is there 15? Yes, 15 episodes spread out over 3 discs. This show, if you haven't seen it, it debuted this year on the CW. It's a spinoff of Supergirl. Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth, is her last name Tulloch? Elizabeth Tulloch. They were introduced as Superman and Lois on the Supergirl series. They would guest star every now and then on Supergirl as Superman and Lois. And Tyler Hoechlin quickly became quite popular in the role of Superman. He brings a lot of charm. He's got a very Christopher Reeve-ish quality about him. He's got that charisma, that charm, that thing you want in your Superman. Tyler Hoechlin has it in spades. So a lot of people, when he was on Supergirl, were like, hey, we really like this guy. Can we have a series about him? We want a series about his version of Superman. And lo and behold, they finally gave it to us this year. And I'm prepared to say I think this is the best television version of Superman we've ever had. And we've had several television versions of Superman over the years. There was George Reeves in the 1950s on The Adventures of Superman. In the 80s, there was the Superboy series, which starred Gerard Christopher. And that was a pretty good series. I mean, it was low budget. The special effects weren't as good as you would hope for, because it was kind of a cheap, low budget show. But the stories were good. And then, of course, we had Lois and Clark in the 90s. And then in the 2000s, we had Smallville for 10 years. So we've had several TV versions of Superman over the years. And of all of them, I can just, this first season of Superman and Lois, far and away the best TV Superman we've ever had. And what's great about it is it's traditional, but it also throws a new spin on things. Because Superman feels like Superman. This is traditional Superman. This is the Superman you want. This is the Superman you know. This is the Superman you love. But he's also got 2 teenage sons. So that's a new wrinkle to the story. We're not accustomed to seeing Superman the dad. We saw a little bit of it in Superman Returns, where he finds out he has a son in Superman Returns. But even then, it was a little thing in the movie. It wasn't... we don't get to see Superman parenting in Superman Returns. This is Superman having to be the father of 2 teenage boys. And let me tell you, that is a big challenge for the Man of Steel. I mean, when you can fly, when bullets bounce off you, physical challenges are, pretty easy. There's not much you can't do. You're Superman. But parenting, that's going to hit Superman just as hard as it hits the rest of us. It's nobody, not even Superman, has all the right answers. And it's complicated by the fact that one of his 2 sons is starting to develop superpowers. So one of his sons, he's also having to teach how to control powers on top of this. So that really adds something to the story. That really makes Superman and Lois something special, because you're getting traditional Superman, but with a new wrinkle we really haven't seen before. And the entire cast is great. The special effects are great. This show looks beautiful. And honestly, this is a CW show. It's part of the CW Arrowverse. Like I said, it is a spinoff of Supergirl. But It feels bigger than your typical Arrowverse show. This feels like it could have been made for HBO Max. It feels like the budget, the production values are just higher than what we're used to for the CW. And in fact, I got to tell you, if I had one wish for this series going forward, it's actually that it would leave the CW and just become an HBO Max original, because I do think it would be better served on HBO Max. In part because we've been in pandemic times, but the CW does expect 22 episodes a year, generally speaking. There's only 15 episodes of this, but that is because it was shot during a pandemic. When we get back to normal, I'm imagining CW is going to want 22 episodes a year. That is the norm with these Arrowverse shows, 22 episodes a season. But Superman is better served with a shorter season, because a shorter season means less filler episodes. It means you can really advance the plot episode to episode to episode. I mean, look how good some of these short form shows we get on HBO and the different cable channels, like your I don't know, your Sopranos or your Stranger Things over on Netflix. I don't know. You get short seasons of maybe 10 to 15 episodes, maybe even less than that, and it's all killer, no filler, and it's great. Whereas when you have to pad out 22 episodes a year, you start to get some weaker episodes. So I would love to see this show move and just be a HBO Max original. I don't think that's in the cards, though. So here we get all 15 episodes spread out over 3 discs. We get a digital code. You get a digital copy of this that you can redeem at your digital retailer of choice. And there's some special features in here. Superman Alien Spirit, Superman and Lois Legacy of Hope, Never Alone, Heroes and Allies. And that one, Never Alone, Heroes and Allies, is kind of an overview of the CW universe as a whole. They get into kind of the sidekicks of the CW. And it's not just Superman, but they talk about the Batgirl characters, Batwoman characters, the Flash characters, Supergirl, the Stargirl. They get into all the CW shows on that one. And then it's also got the DC Fandom panel from DC Fandom last year. We're fresh off this year's DC Fandom, but last year's panel is on here as well. So there you go. I highly recommend Superman and Lois. This is a great show. Tyler Hoechlin is a great Superman, and I met him this year at Dragon Con. Heck of a nice guy, too. So this is available now. You can pick this up wherever you get your Blu-rays. And Injustice is available now. So check these out. They will quench your thirst for more DC content, and I think you'll enjoy them. So there you go, everyone. Thanks for watching, and thank you to Warner Brothers for sending these for review. I appreciate it. I enjoy them both. These are worthy content to your Blu-ray physical media library. And my God, what a good show. If you love Superman, you got to be watching Superman and Lois. Everybody, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs, some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.